Hi, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the second game on schedule for the Saturday playoff games, NFL. Oh my goodness. Now, this is the NFC divisional matchup. This game's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. for all of us over here on the West Coast, Saturday, January 15th. Now, it's against the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. Now, both teams have actually been finishing very strong on all of their matchups, but it's truly been the Green Bay Packers that are finishing games strong, and essentially both their offense and defense have been really just showing out and coming to play. They knocked off the Eagles last week in the wild card game. I was actually kind of sad because I wanted Michael Vick and the Eagles to continue this fairy tale ride that he was going on, but you cannot win them all. But I definitely wish Michael Vick the Comeback Player of the Year award because he deserves it. And honestly, the other man on the other side in the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, that man was phenomenal last week. But that was the past. Let's talk about this weekend, baby. Capping up the whole season, Aaron Rodgers threw for almost 4,000 yards. Ladies, that's phenomenal. Anything over, 1,000 yards is okay, good job. But 4,000 yards, Aaron Rodgers? Are you serious? You're amazing. And ladies, he's also very handsome. Okay, so let's get to it. I always like to start just with the offensive keys to success and kind of the weapons that each team has. We'll start with the Green Bay Packers since I was talking about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, of course, like I said last week, he's the new school type of quarterback. Not only is he accurate, not only can he get the job done in the air, ladies, that means he's passing the ball to his wide receivers, but he's got some quick feet. This man is quick. He can get in and out of defensive, if he needs to. If a play breaks down, he's taking off, ladies. He's grabbing the ball and he's out of there. He's actually second behind Michael Vick with rushing touchdowns by quarterback. How do you like them apples, huh? He's got two weapons that, ladies, definitely look at, pay attention. They're going to be two of the keys to success offensively for the Packers to get that W against the Falcons. A veteran wide receiver, Donald Driver, like I said last week, he's super country, but got such a great personality. And you know what? He's had an up and down season, but the past few games, you can't deny his talent. Last week against the Eagles, he had the most amazing touchdown catch I've seen in a very long time. So please look at Donald Driver, wide receiver. He's definitely going to be one of the people and one of Aaron Rodgers' weapons to look for because he's phenomenal. The second weapon that Aaron Rodgers has is wide receiver Greg Jennings that has been such a surprise this season. And, gee whiz, he's played phenomenal. So please be on the lookout for him. Just in the season, Jennings had 12 touchdowns and almost 1,300 yards catching. Ladies, that's a great stat. Really anything over 7 touchdowns by a wide receiver is great. It's not as easy as it looks just catching the ball in that end zone. And, the NFC is a tough division. So Greg Jennings, he's definitely one of the men to look for. With regards to the running game for the Packers, their star running back Ryan Grant went down really early, so they really didn't have a chance to establish the run game. Their running back now, Brandon Jackson, is really kind of subpar. I believe he has maybe 3 touchdowns throughout the season, and so I think he's still looking to find his own. So I don't really think that offensively they're going to be looking to give the ball to Jackson a lot. But you know what? It's the playoffs. He may come to play. He may eat his Wheaties on Saturday and just light them up. So offensively, that's the Green Bay Packers. Let's move over to Atlanta, shall we? Let's talk about the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the game is at home in Atlanta, and the Atlanta Falcons have a 12-2 home record. 12-2. What's that again, Jazz? Well, when I say anything about a record, the wins are always the first number, and the losses are the second number. So that means the Atlanta Falcons have won 20 games at home and only lost 2. Ladies, that's amazing. They've got a quarterback, young guy named Matt Ryan, and his nickname is Matty Ice because he's so cool and calm under pressure. It seems that he has the same facial expression. Doesn't matter if he just hit the game-winning touchdown pass or they lost the game. Look at his facial expressions, especially if they're able to zoom in on his eyes when he's looking at, his weapons and he's trying to see who's going to pass it to. Very, very, very stern look on his face. He means business. But he's a young guy. Gone to the playoffs every year as an NFL quarterback, which is a great stat. It usually takes quarterbacks a few years. Most of the time, they don't start coming off the gate. They're holding a clipboard and they're taking notes from the head guy, the head quarterback. But Matty Ice was just thrusted right there and everything. And he's had a great few seasons as an NFL quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Now let's talk about his weapons. Roddy White, wide receiver. OMG. I mean, this guy is phenomenal. Okay? Roddy White, wide receiver. Look out for him. Michael Turner is their running back. Another pocket Hercules, like I always talk about. Little guy like a Ray Rice, like a Maurice Jones-Drew. This guy, Michael Turner, is phenomenal. Now, he's smaller. He packs more of a punch. There's some running backs that like to run in the side and they're really quick, so they go zoom, but he goes right in the middle. He goes right in the throat of the defense. So those are the weapons that Matty Ice are going to be looking for. Let's talk about the defense, shall we? Let's go back to the Packers. Now, outside linebacker Clay Matthews, this fella, he is dope. I believe his hair may be longer than mine, and he's not afraid to let it flow out of his helmet. He's a USC alum, and when I mean that this young man is tenacious and that this young man is like a Tasmanian devil, I mean just that. So when it comes to defense, the outside linebacker, Clay Matthews, he's definitely going to be one of the key factors to stopping the run game, to getting to Michael Turner quickly so that he doesn't break any tackles. It's going to be that linebacker that's going to be going straight for Matty Ice's head to sack him. Clay Matthews is definitely one of those individuals, okay? When it comes to the defense, he is your man. Let's go ahead and talk about the Falcons defense. Now, the Falcons, they really don't have a crazy Troy Polamalu, a Clay Matthews, a Ray Lewis. But on a collective standpoint, their rush defense is pretty good. So that actually works to the benefit, of course, of the Atlanta Falcons, because whenever Brandon Jackson gets the ball, they're going to eat him up for lunch, dinner, you name it. So really, when it comes to stopping the run game and containing the run game, the Atlanta Falcons can do that, and that's the keys to success. Also, we've got a defensive end named Croy Bierman. Why does that name sound familiar, Jazz? I'll tell you. That is the baby's daddy and boyfriend of Kim from the Atlanta Housewives. Remember a few episodes when Sheree did that kind of low-key budget Atlanta Dancing with the Stars? Well, he was in it too, and that's where him and Kim met. I don't know how far along Kim is, but she is preggers by Croy's child, and Croy's a young man, 25 years old, and Kim is in her mid to late 30s. So, defensive end, he's a starter, and he's actually had a really, really, really good season. So, the rush defense, look for defensive end Croy Bierman for the Atlanta Falcons. Defense keys to success. Green Bay Packers, Clay Matthews and company, they got to get to Michael Turner, and they got to get to him quick. The cornerbacks, they got to guard these wide receivers. They have to shut down Roddy White if they think that they're ever going to get a chance of getting back on the field offensively and letting Aaron Rodgers do his thing. As for who I think is going to win, when it comes to experience, it's Aaron Rodgers. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win. I think the Packers are going to win by about a touchdown, but it's going to be physical and it's going to be entertaining. So that's my take. NFC divisional matchup. Saturday, January 15th, playoffs, baby. You have to love it. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Female Field Guide.